So yeah, good morning. I will be not alone, so later in my presentation I have Peter with me. He's some of our customers, but maybe first of all, some words for me. So my name is Mareike Tatic. I came here from Munich. A little bit crazy to try to travel here. I think for some of you it was the same. For we want to go with a Deutsche Bahn, so Lisa was not working, but really nice. So I'm working for Infobip since last year, and yeah, we are a company. We are working all over the world. So maybe you have never heard of us, but maybe some of you from Croatia or around it. But there we are really well known because we are the first Croatian unicorn. You see, we are working all over the world. We are working together with MNOs, with other enterprise companies, and we are specialized in, everything around customer experience. I always said, like, we are looking for having solutions for communication and stuff like this. So this means we are doing everything. Voice solutions, customer experience solutions, SaaS products, CPaaS. So everything you can imagine, this is what we are doing. So really big product stack what we have. But what I want to show you today is I'm working in this industry for several years, working together with a lot of companies like Allianz, Vonovia here in Germany. So I built a lot of solutions for them. And that's where I want to take you with the journey. So why I said like it's important to have a new tomorrow. So when I was preparing this presentation, it was something like February this year when we all want to come here in March. And there I think we all had them back the last year with the pandemic, everything started, and a lot of companies was thinking like, what can we do? How can we connect to the customers, because we are not there, we are not in place, we need to do something. And we had in this time also some numbers, so we were looking like what we can do. And you can see here, I bring you some numbers, what has changed, why it's important to listen to your customers, why it's important to see what they want. So a lot of enterprises go there and said like, okay, I'm changing it, I do some new channels, taking WhatsApp, increase the persons who can take over voice or stuff like this. But it's really important to listen what is the customer looking for. So, and this is where the journey I want to take you with. What is the customers having in mind when they are looking like, okay, I'm contacting you, I'm contacting a company since the last year. And do we have a new tomorrow? So these are also some numbers depending on the last year. So it was really like that in Germany. We have more than 4 new channels created, right? So this means like what I said before, like increasing voice or using WhatsApp, live chat, stuff like this. This is what happens last year. And this brings, even only in Germany, brings us more than 7 years near to where we want to go. So this is really, really interesting numbers, I think, because when I'm looking back before the pandemic starts, and I was talking for all these kind of solutions to companies, they were like, I'm not sure, is this something we need? Is the German market ready for this? And you see, like, the customers are wanted. So I'll bring you also some numbers from the last year. What happens? How changed the behavior of your customers? And this is only for the e-commerce sector, but you can see and transfer it to all other sectors as well. So the people were looking like, you can see it on both sides. What they want to do, where they expect, what they do more online. And here even like, it's interesting what is in the bottom part. So nobody was looking for tickets. Yes, there were no concerts and stuff like this. Nobody was traveling because we all were sitting home. So that's why it sounds like easy, and yeah, okay, that's why things changed. But this is well changed a lot. Like, okay, normally Black Friday is the peak of how we doing stuff, how we can sell, where the numbers increase. And here it's really interesting to see that the time before the Black Friday started, the e-commerce had a peak. So I think, and this is where I start, like, yeah, we have a new tomorrow, so things change. It's not like you preparing for the Black Friday. I had some customers, they said always like, we can speak after Black Friday because this is so important. It becomes more important than Christmas time. So, and this is interesting to see that during the pandemic, even that changed. Also like to see, okay, where you're looking, how can I buy something, where I'm going. So maybe it's a heavy part of numbers, but why I'm picking that, it's really like, you can see it here that the people also look like, okay, what I'm doing in November. So be preparing what I said before, the Christmas shopping parts. So it's really interesting during the year how it changed, yeah. And what is more important for the people? So before that, people said like, yeah, I want to buy something really cheap. I'm looking like that. I'm going there. So it becomes other parts what makes the customer satisfied, right? So, and even like when you're looking here, okay, low price, it's always important, but fast delivery. So where I can get, even when products are limited, where I can get it fast, where I can get it faster even more. And I think this is one of the parts why Amazon had so increase during the pandemic, because they have a good system. And this always brings us back, like in communication, customer experience, you also need to have this in mind. Also a part I always ask in all my time when I'm speaking to enterprises, also depending on like, maybe we should use WhatsApp, but yeah, my customers are old, so even like the older ones, I don't want to, when someone is like over 50 or something, please don't mind, but for when we're looking in e-commerce, this is really what you can see here. And it changed even for them. And even this is something like when you see this, we are working together with the Bundesministerium für Gesundheit here in Germany. And last year we started with them a chatbot on WhatsApp for having information for COVID. Now they have the vaccination information there. So you can see why they are doing it. They increase it on a new channel to have more information for the people here in Germany, because it was easier. And this is really a good example, because we were working in Croatia with the Ministry of Health and other countries as well. So really interesting to see that even the governments were looking, what can we do? How can we connect to our people in the countries to have something new? So really interesting that even they were thinking about. Also a nice example is to think about what they can do. It's also Allianz Partners, and they in the Netherlands they said like, okay, our customer service center is increasing. We want to have a good customer experience, and that's why they also put on a WhatsApp channel. So if you're looking back what I said before, these 4 new channels, these are some of them, right? So they were not using WhatsApp before, even like, I'm not sure if you ever seen a WhatsApp channel from a government before. So really interesting to see how the minds are changing there. And now you're thinking like, okay, thank you for all the numbers, Mareike, interesting, but where and how to start when I want to do something like this? And this is also important. And what I said before is really like, listen to your customer. It sounds easy, but you will have also these channels, like always customers come to me and said like, yeah, we have the expectation, we do this and that, and we're picking a new channel, let's do live chat with WhatsApp in a combination, stuff like this. But the reality then at the end when we are looking like, what do you have? You want to do implementation in Salesforce or something like this, is really like the right side. So everything is a little bit a mess, and you need to sort it out. And it begins like, yeah, there are a lot of providers in the market. something like Infobip, and then you're like, oh, where I can start. So even that, to sort it out, it's really, really hard, because you need to understand where you want to start, where you want to have it like that it's in place. And even after the pandemic, I think this is the most important part. We see that that other companies really speed up on that point, but to be only innovational, that's not the part, right? So even in Germany, we have the legal part. So when we are speaking about WhatsApp, is this really something we can do? What I can do with all the data I have? Can I work with this data? Because this is also an important thing. So, and that's why I always said, like, face your own challenges. See where you want to go. So, have you ever mind in that you see like what is around customer experience, your IT? When we speak about a customer, contact center solution, then you need to see what can your agents do. So, and I think this is a real important thing. Not every company is the same. So I said to you, I work with a lot of companies, and not even one project was the same, right? I always said, like, okay, then you have your solutions, in which direction you want to go, right? Is this really like, okay, I want to switch this channel, you want to add a new channel? Is this really like where you want to go? Or is this you want to increase your costs? Maybe then it's another place. Then it's maybe another thing where you want to go, right? Or you want to hit your goals. Is it really like, okay, I'm working in that part in a company, my goal is like increasing or doing some reattention and stuff like this, and then you taking other places, right? And these three main points, I would say, like, this is always something, it sounds easy, but it isn't it. Because we are now in another in a new tomorrow. This is why I call my presentation in that part. And be personally, this is really like something you need to change. You need to be like, when I'm just picking, I have a live chat on my website, nice. But when it's not something like what the customer brings some benefits, when the customer wants to look at this, then it's really hard. Be memorable, that's also really important. So when you have like a bad experience with your customers, then you're memorable, but bring it, is this really where you want to go? I don't think so, right? Easy things to have it is like also preparing a chatbot. I said this before when we were looking in the case from Bundesministerium für Gesundheit. It's also like when you do something which is really, really easy and can bring you up. And here I bring for you a video from our system where you can see how easy can be it to create a chatbot, because a lot of people thinking like, okay, it makes a lot of work, but it could be so easy to automate things to bring up a great customer experience. The last part, what I bring you here is like, I'm sorry for that some of these things are in German, but this was a survey from Bundesnetzagentur, so that's why some of these numbers are in German. And I said, like, where I was beginning, it's important to listen to your customers. So why I'm saying this? Because sometimes it's not like that customers want to do in another direction. So, for example, why I'm choosing a channel, why I'm choosing often a channel. This is really, really important to understand that. Maybe I said it a lot of times when we see it for the two examples I'm bringing with you. It's WhatsApp. A lot of companies said, like, let's use WhatsApp because it's nice, it's a new channel. But sometimes, for some reasons, customers want to call you. They want to speak with you in person because maybe my problem is that complex. It's not easy in WhatsApp. But on the other hand, like, it could be a solution to have a live chat on your website with the chatbot, because it can do the first FAQs. It's easier for you and even for the customer to get quick the answer. But I think it's really interesting to see that Bundesnetzagentur was asking, like, okay, why are you using these communication channels, right? And even what are you using? So I said it before, it's also sometimes important to understand that most of the customers said I'm using it for text and pictures or something like this. And we also often ask like, okay, voice messages is really important, but then you need to go back, is this something they want to use for a company? And I think this is something where we also need our question. I cannot go forward. There we are. So, in the new tomorrow, when we are changing things, when you're thinking about new channels, it's like where we now came from, the customer expectation. You have a lot of channels, so choose wisely, right? And then at the end, do automation so that you can increase your net promoter score, that you can decrease your costs. So this makes also sense that you came back to this, what reality should be, right? So that you go back from the mess of there's a lot of providers. So ask yourself, what want my customers, where I want to go? So, and that's the point where I bring Peter from Dekra Arbeit to me. So he's using Infobip, but I will maybe take over to you and you can explain how. Thank you.
Thank you. So here on the next.
Yes, only on next.
Thank you. Hello together, my name is Petar Divjanovic. I work for Dekra Arbeit Group. We are based in Stuttgart. We are a classic of Deutsch Personaldienstleister. On English, it's the staffing and recruitment industry, temporary labor, temporary work, direct placement, HR consulting, etc. So you are now thinking maybe, so why is the old school Zeitarbeit company or the presenter from the old school Zeitarbeit company is standing here and communicating some things that we integrated? It is a great question, this face-to-face contact. You must know that we, on the one side, communicate with the customer, with our commercial partners, it's all of you or companies that need workers, and on the other side, we are communicating with the candidates. And in the same time, we are trying to convince the commercial partner to take the candidate, and we need to convince the candidate to work for a commercial partner. So our communication is going in two different ways. As we were thinking about our digital transformation already in 2017, we were doing some due diligence in whole Europe. As we are based in Germany, our headquarters are here, we also do business in 20 different countries in Europe. So we look everywhere. And what we noticed is there is a lot of, don't get me wrong, maybe someone from here will find themselves. There are a lot of companies which were old school, and then all of a sudden they wear an innovation suit and then present themselves, oh, we have a digital office, we have a digital people there, we are so far advanced. And it turned out that they just lost a lot of money and they didn't do nothing. So we started small. We say to ourselves, okay, what we can do as a company and which technologies from the tech partners we can implement. And our idea was to create a communication channel where our candidates will be more personally engaged and we can more effectively communicate the job vacancies to them through WhatsApp, Viber, SMS, or email. That's where we implemented the Infobip API. One more thing, just to give you a sense of it, if you now open any job portal, you will find the job advertisements that look more or less the same. You have one bomb title, then you have two people looking at each other, holding their hands sensually. Then we are the best company, we are here and there, and then the text, which is pretty much the same. It's boring to the candidates, and we wanted to disrupt that. We wanted that the candidates feel engaged, that they receive, when they receive something on the mobile, it's more personal. They feel invited, and it's not like the job offer is there for the whole world, but you get it on your mobile. Because today, please look it for your own perspective. You use you swipe to order Amazon. You swipe to find a new love. You talk with your grandmother or grandchildren via WhatsApp and this smart SMS now communication. So we said, let's go completely mobile. In terms of the offerings of our tech solution based on the Infobip technology, we said, okay, let's be quick, let's be agile. We need to be able to create different landing pages, different questionnaires, different subscription forms in order for the candidates really to communicate with us which kind of jobs they want to get. So we are not anymore posting on the job portals. We are still communicating because it's the standard, you need to be there, but we are more turning to this new way of communication, direct, effective, transparent, and at the end it costs less because you know how to target and where to target the candidate which really wants to get this job. So why are we doing this? What were our KPIs? You can read them here. But I just want to finish my short presentation with this statement. It's that as we built and as we build now all the other solutions inside the Digital HR Solutions department of the Dekra Arbeit Group, we really tend to start small, to see and validate the solutions from the early stage, and then to search for tech partners which can really be the part of the ecosystem. We are not tech company, we will never be the tech company. Maybe we will be HR tech company, but still we are bound to some laws and regulations in each country. So we try to be the first there for the customer, first there for the candidate, because it's really our main customer is the candidate, and to build the tech solutions which are open, which are friendly, which are receptive to the other things developed in the industry, because at the end we all want to work with the best providers. So yes, that's all from me. If you want some more information about everything, we can speak later. And I think, should I close it, or you will close it, or we can together? Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, Peter. So I would say that's why we both bring it here, and that's the end question, maybe to say how it starts for you. So you hear Peter, you hear the numbers before, so where and when starts your new tomorrow, and yeah, that's it. Thank you.